Imagine a land forged in fire and ice, a place where the elements clash in a timeless dance, creating a landscape both breathtaking and formidable. Towering volcanoes pierce the sky, their peaks crowned with snow, standing as silent sentinels over the land, their snow-capped peaks reflected in dark, deep fjords, creating a mirror image that blurs the line between reality and myth. This is Scandinavia, the birthplace of the Vikings, a land where nature's raw power shaped the destiny of its people. These fierce warriors and explorers emerged from a world of harsh beauty, their spirits as unyielding as the land they called home. They were shaped by long winters and the unforgiving power of the sea. Their lives a constant battle against the elements. Their lives were intertwined with nature's rhythms, each season bringing its own challenges and rewards. Yet they were not content to merely survive. They sought to thrive, to carve out a place for themselves in a world that often seemed hostile. The Vikings yearned to explore, to conquer, to leave their mark on the world. Their longships became symbols of their indomitable spirit. Stories of their exploits, passed down through generations, became legend. These tales were more than just entertainment. They were a way to preserve their history and inspire future generations. These tales spoke of daring raids, fierce battles, and unimaginable riches. They told of warriors who faced impossible odds and emerged victorious, but there were other stories, whispered in hushed tones around crackling fires, stories that spoke of the unknown, of lands beyond the horizon. These were tales of distant lands shrouded in mist and mystery, places where the sun rarely shone and the inhabitants were unlike any known to man. They told of islands veiled in fog, where the air was thick with secrets and the land seemed to hold its breath, waiting to reveal its mysteries. These stories were more than just myths. They were a testament to the Vikings' insatiable curiosity and their unyielding desire to push beyond the known horizons. They were driven by a thirst for adventure, for glory, and for the chance to claim their place in the grand tapestry of history. Their voyages were not just journeys, they were quests for knowledge and power. They were driven by a thirst for adventure, for glory, and for the chance to claim their place in the grand tapestry of history. Each expedition was a step into the unknown, a leap of faith into the vast, uncharted world. The Vikings were not afraid of the unknown, they embraced it. They saw the unknown not as a threat, but as an opportunity to discover, to learn, and to grow. Their voyages would take them further than any European had sailed before. They navigated by the stars, using ancient tools and their own instincts to guide them. They would brave treacherous seas, face unknown dangers, and ultimately rewrite the map of the world. Their courage and determination knew no bounds. The Vikings' story is one of courage, resilience, and an insatiable thirst for discovery. It is a story of a people who refuse to be confined by the limits of their world. It is a story that continues to captivate and inspire us today, centuries after their long ships first sliced through the waves. The legacy of the Vikings lives on, a testament to the power of human spirit and the endless quest for knowledge and adventure. Long before they set foot on the shores of North America, the Vikings heard whispers of lands beyond the Western Sea. These whispers were not just idle talk, but were woven into the very fabric of their culture. Carried on the wind, these tales spoke of islands shrouded in fog and mystery. The fog was said to be so thick that it could swallow entire ships, making navigation treacherous and adding to the allure of these distant lands. Some were said to be inhabited by fierce creatures that were part of the natural world and part of the Vikings' rich mythology, while others promised untold riches. These riches were not just material wealth, but also included knowledge and new experiences that could change the course of their lives. These sagas, passed down orally for generations, fueled the Vikings' imaginations. They were more than just stories. They were lessons, warnings, and inspirations for future generations. One such legend told of a mythical island called Brazil, a place that seemed almost too magical to be real, said to appear for only one day every 7 years. This fleeting appearance made it even more tantalizing, a prize that could only be claimed by the most fortunate or the most daring. It was a place of eternal spring, where the harshness of winter was unknown, and the land was always in bloom, where the trees bore magical fruit that was said to grant health, strength, and even immortality to those who consumed it. And the rivers flowed with gold. This was not just a metaphor for wealth, but a symbol of the endless possibilities that awaited those brave enough to seek them out. Though likely rooted in sightings of real islands, these stories took on a life of their own, becoming legends that transcended their origins. Brazil became an enduring symbol of the Vikings' yearning for the unknown. It represented the ultimate adventure, a journey that could lead to unimaginable rewards. Another tale spoke of the island of the blessed, a place that seemed to be the very definition of paradise. A paradise where the summers were long and warm, where the sun shone brightly, and the days were filled with joy and abundance, and the winters were mild. Even in the coldest months, the island remained a haven of comfort and tranquility. Here, it was said, grapes grew in abundance, a fruit that was both exotic and highly prized, a fruit unknown in the Vikings' cold homeland. The sight of these grapes was a promise of a different life, one filled with new tastes and experiences. This detail would later prove to be more than just a fantastical embellishment. It hinted at the real possibility of fertile lands waiting to be discovered. These stories, though often exaggerated and embellished over time, reveal a crucial aspect of the Viking psyche. They were a people driven by curiosity and a desire to explore the unknown. They were not simply ruthless raiders, as history often portrays them, but also skilled navigators, explorers, and dreamers. Their voyages were not just about conquest, but also about discovery and understanding. They possessed a deep-seated curiosity about the world beyond their own, a curiosity that drove them to the farthest reaches of the known world and beyond, and an eagerness to uncover its secrets. This eagerness was a defining trait, one that set them apart from other cultures of their time. They listened intently to the whispers on the wind, for they believed that these whispers carried the wisdom of the ages and the promise of new horizons. For they knew that within those whispers lay the potential for new discoveries and unimaginable adventures. These whispers were the call to adventure, a call that the Vikings were always ready to answer. The Vikings' success in exploration and warfare was inextricably linked to their mastery of shipbuilding. These seafaring Norsemen, hailing from the Scandinavian regions, were not just fierce warriors, but also exceptional craftsmen and navigators. Their ability to traverse vast and treacherous waters was a testament to their ingenuity and relentless spirit. The cornerstone of their maritime prowess was their unparalleled shipbuilding skills. The Vikings meticulously crafted their vessels, ensuring each ship was built to withstand the harshest of conditions while maintaining speed and agility. This craftsmanship was passed down through generations, with each new shipbuilder learning the intricate techniques from their predecessors. Their longships, aptly named for their slender and elegant design, were technological marvels of their time. These ships were not just tools of war, but also symbols of Viking culture and identity. The longship's sleek and elongated form allowed them to cut through water with minimal resistance, making them both fast and efficient. The Vikings' longships were a blend of beauty and functionality. Their design was a result of centuries of innovation and adaptation to the challenging maritime environment of the North Atlantic. The longship's ability to sail in both deep and shallow waters made them versatile for various missions, from raiding coastal villages to exploring unknown territories. Constructed with overlapping planks of oak or pine, these vessels were both lightweight and incredibly strong. The use of such durable materials ensured that the ships could endure long voyages and the battering of rough seas. The overlapping plank technique, known as clinker building, provided the hull with added flexibility and strength. These vessels were both lightweight and incredibly strong. The Vikings' attention to detail in their construction methods meant that each ship was a masterpiece of engineering. The longship's stability in water was unmatched, allowing them to navigate through stormy seas and calm rivers with equal ease. The longship's most distinctive feature was their shallow draft, which allowed them to navigate rivers, sail close to shore, and even be dragged overland. This shallow draft was a game-changer, enabling the Vikings to launch surprise attacks and retreat quickly if needed. It also allowed them to explore inland areas that were previously inaccessible by sea, which allowed them to navigate rivers, sail close to shore, and even be dragged overland. This versatility made them ideal for both raiding expeditions and long-distance voyages. The ability to move seamlessly between different types of waterways gave the Vikings a strategic advantage over their enemies, and even be dragged over land. This unique capability meant that the Vikings could bypass natural barriers and reach areas that other seafaring cultures could not. The sight of a Viking longship being hauled overland by a determined crew was a testament to their resourcefulness and determination. This versatility made them ideal for both raiding expeditions and long-distance voyages. The longships were not just tools of war, but also vessels of exploration. The Vikings used them to travel as far as North America, centuries before Columbus, and to establish trade routes that connected them with distant lands. The ships were equipped with a single square sail, often brightly striped, which harnessed the power of the wind. This sail design was simple yet effective, allowing the Vikings to make the most of the wind's power. The brightly colored sails also served as a form of identification and intimidation, signaling the presence of Viking warriors from afar, often brightly striped, which harnessed the power of the wind. The combination of sail and oars meant that the Vikings could adapt to changing weather conditions, using the sail when the wind was favorable and relying on the oars when it was not. This adaptability was key to their success on the high seas. But it was the oars, manned by teams of skilled rowers, that truly set the longships apart. The coordination and strength required to row these massive vessels were immense. Each rower played a crucial role in propelling the ship forward, and their synchronized efforts allowed the longships to achieve remarkable speeds. That truly set the longships apart. These oars, arranged in a single row on each side, provided the Vikings with unparalleled speed and maneuverability. The ability to row in unison was a testament to the discipline and training of the Viking crews. These oars, arranged in a single row on each side, provided the Vikings with unparalleled speed and maneuverability. The longships could swiftly change direction, making them formidable opponents in naval battles. The combination of sail and oars gave the Vikings a tactical advantage, allowing them to outmaneuver larger and less agile ships, provided the Vikings with unparalleled speed and maneuverability. They could swiftly navigate treacherous waters, outrun enemies, and even sail against the wind. This versatility made the longships the ultimate tool for exploration, trade, and warfare. They could swiftly navigate treacherous waters, outrun enemies, and even sail against the wind. The longship's ability to handle rough seas and adverse weather conditions was a testament to the Vikings' skill as sailors and shipbuilders. Their knowledge of the sea and its many moods allowed them to undertake daring voyages that others would have deemed impossible, outrun enemies, and even sail against the wind. These ships were more than just vessels. They were extensions of the Vikings themselves. The longships were a reflection of the Vikings' resilience, adaptability, and relentless pursuit of their goals. These ships were more than just vessels. They were extensions of the Vikings themselves. The longships were a source of pride and a symbol of their seafaring culture. Each ship was a work of art with intricate carvings and decorations that told stories of their voyages and victories. They were extensions of the Vikings themselves. They were often adorned with fearsome dragon heads at the prow, intended to ward off evil spirits and intimidate their enemies. These dragon heads were not just decorative, but also served a psychological purpose, striking fear into the hearts of those who saw them approaching. They were often adorned with fearsome dragon heads at the prow, intended to ward off evil spirits and intimidate their enemies. The sight of a longship, its sail billowing and oars churning the water, must have been a truly awe-inspiring sight. These ships were a testament to the Vikings' ingenuity and their mastery of the sea, intended to ward off evil spirits and intimidate their enemies. The sight of a longship, its sail billowing and oars churning the water, must have been a truly awe-inspiring sight. These ships were a testament to the Vikings' ingenuity and their mastery of the sea. The sight of a longship, its sail billowing and oars churning the water, must have been a truly awe-inspiring sight, a testament to the Vikings' ingenuity and their mastery of the sea. The longships were not just a means of transportation, but a symbol of the Vikings' dominance and their unyielding spirit. It must have been a truly awe-inspiring sight, a testament to the Vikings' ingenuity and their mastery of the sea. The longships were not just a means of transportation, but a symbol of the Vikings' dominance and their unyielding spirit. The legacy of these remarkable vessels lives on, reminding us of a time when the Vikings ruled the waves, a testament to the Vikings' ingenuity and their mastery of the sea. The longships were not just a means of transportation, but a symbol of the Vikings' dominance and their unyielding spirit. The legacy of these remarkable vessels lives on, reminding us of a time when the Vikings ruled